Hello, welcome to SMT Call. Today we are going to solve the day 16 of September lead code challenge. So today's problem name is maximum XOR of two numbers in an array. Okay. So let's try to understand the problem first. Then we will try to design one solution for the same. Okay. So here what they are saying that we will be given one array of integers. So you can see that this is my array of integers 3, 10, 5, 25, 2 and 8. Okay. And we need to compare each and every pair. Probably we need to compare every pair and we need to return the maximum results. Okay, so you can see that for this case, if I do XOR between 5 and 25, that will give us the maximum value 28, right? So in that case we need to just return the value, not the two matching pairs. Okay, so how we can solve it? So basically one brute force approach can be that we can compare each and every possible combination and we can take the maximum value from there only, right? So that means I can start with 310, then 35, then 325, then 32, and then 38, right? Again, in the second iteration, we can take for 10.5, 10.25, 10.2, and 10.8, okay? But if we follow this approach, we need to use two for loop, and the time complexity will be order of n square because we are iterating through the loop twice in nested way, and we are comparing each and every possible value, right? So, but they are saying that can we solve it in order of n time? That means can we solve it in linear time? Okay. So let's try to see how we can solve it in linear time. Okay. So if you see that they are saying the XOR value and all, right? So XOR means we are doing bit manipulation, right? So probably we need to do something bit manipulation kind of thing, and probably we can use trie data structure for the same. So what I will do, I will convert these all numbers into binary numbers, and I am going to store this in trie. Then we can easily in linear time we can query or search the trie to get the maximum value. Okay, so let's see the approach, then we will try to code it out. Okay, so you can see this is my truth table for XOR, right? Whenever my both of the bits are same, it will be 0. If my both bits are different, then it will be 1, right? So this is the property of XOR. And for simplicity, we will try to solve one smaller problem first, then that will be easy to understand. Then you can solve it for larger numbers also, right? So that will not be problem. So you can see that if you convert the number to 0 to 7, this is the binary representation of this number, right? This decimal number. So 0 means 000, 1 means 111. Okay. So we will try to find out the solution for this integer array, right? This is just a small array with 3 numbers, 1, 6 and 4. Then we will try to solve it for the largest number. Okay. So basically we know that each and every decimal number is a representation of 32 bits. Okay, so basically, so for this example you can see that we are considering just 3 bit, but actually it should be a 32 bits, and in the left side it will have all the remaining bits will be 0, right? So since we are considering 30 here, but in the left side it will have 29 more 0, right, for all this number, right? So basically each and every integer is a 32 bits. So let's try to create one trie, then we will try to see further. Okay. Okay, so I will start with 1. So my first number is 1, right? So I can see for 1 our bit representation is 0, 0, 1. So we are going to insert this in our trie, right? So I will insert 0 here, then 0, then 1, right? So this will represent my number 1. Okay. So in trie, so for this case, it's kind of binary tree only. So each and every node can contains at max 2 nodes, right? Either 0 or 1. Okay. So now after that we will try to insert 6 also, right? So 6 our bit representation is 1, 1, 0. So I will do that. So I will at first try. This is my root node, right? I will see that is there any node for 1. I will see that there is no node. So I will create one node named 1. Then I will again try to find out is there any node. So there should not be any node initially. So again I will create one node and I will insert 1. Then again similarly I will do for 0 also, right? So this will represent my number 6. Now our next number. Okay, so our next number is 4. So we will try to insert the same also, right? So for 4 represented is 1, 1, 0. So again I can see that my one node is already exists, but there is no node for 0 after that. So we will create one node 0 and we will insert 0. And again we will create another node and we will insert 0, and this path will represent this 4, right? So this particular path will represent my number 4. Okay, so this is how our trie look like after inserting all the 3 numbers in our trie. Okay, so now this is your first step to create the trie, right? And that is done. So now the second step, we need to identify the maximum value, right? So how we can do that? So if you look, so if you consider the bit representation of this number, right? So suppose for 1 we have 001, and if I do XOR with 4, right? So 4 means 110. Sorry, 4 means 100, right? 100. So if you do XOR, so if the bits are not matching or bits are different, then in that case we will get 1, correct? I can get 1, but in this case my both bits are matching, right? So in this case it will be 0, and again in this case I can see that my bits are not matching, so it will be 1. So if I do XOR between 1 and 4, it will look like this. It will give us this number, right? 101. That means 5. Okay. So I can find that 5 can be my one probable answer. Okay. But I need to check the other combination also, right? So after that, probably we can do bit manipulation between 1 and 6 also, right? So let's do that. So 1 means 0, 0, 1, and 6 means 1, 1, 0. So you can see in this case, my all bits will 1, so that means 7. Okay. After that we can do it between 4 and 6 also, right? So let's do that. So 4 means 1, 0, 0, and 6 means 1, 1, 0. Again in this case this would be 0, 1, 1, 1, 1, 0, right? So that will be 6 only, right? So out of this 5, 6 and 7, 7 is the larger one and we need to return 7. So in this case our actual answer should be 7. Okay. But what we can observe from these three bit manipulation, this three XOR operation is that whenever I will see that my bits are not matching, in that case there is a probability to get a larger number, right? So here we can see that my all the 3 bits are not matching, so I got 111, right? So that is my maximum number. So we need to follow this same approach only, right? So I will, so probably let's start with 1 only, right? So for 1 we know it's 0, 0 and 1. So I need to find the opposite bits, it's there or not. If it is there, that means we will consider 1, and if it is not there, then we will consider it as 0, right? That means we need to go in the same path, and in that case it will be 0 only. Okay. So let's try to find out the opposite bits for 1. So initially my first bit is 0, right? So I will try to find out is there any bit starting with 1? Okay, I can see, yeah, there is one bit 1, right? So my counter will come here, or cursor will come here. After that we will try to find out my second digit. Okay, for second digit we need to find out the opposite bit 1, right? Okay, I can see, yeah, it is there, right? 1 is there. So probably we can take one local variable called answer, and we are going to keep inserting digit for each and every digits. Okay, so initially I found 1, so I found the opposite digit, then I will insert 1. Again for the second digit also I found opposite digit, so I will insert 1. Now my last digit is 1, so we need to find the opposite 0. Again I can see 0 is there in our try, right? So we are going to insert 0 here. Okay, so this will be my one probable answer, right? Sorry, if it is matching, then it should be 1, right? So it should be 111, right? So this will be my first answer, but we need to keep check the other combination also, right? Now we will start with 6. Okay, for 6, 1, 1, 0. So again we will try to find out the opposite bit, right? So I will start from root again, and I will try to find that is there any node with 0, starting with 0. Okay, I can see, yeah, it is there, right? So I will try to add 1 since we found the opposite bit, right? Now our next bit is 1. We need to find is there any bit 0. Again I can see, okay, 0 is there. Then again I will going to insert 1 here, and again for the last bit we need to find out that is there any node with 1, and again I can see that there is one node with 1. So again we are going to get the answer triple time 1, so that is 7, right? Now we will pick the third number, right? 4. So for 4 our number is 1, 0, 0. So okay, so what we will do, we will again try to find the opposite digit, right? 0. Yeah, I can see that there is 0, right? So again I will add 1. Then my next digit is 0. So in this case we need to find 1. So I can see we have node with 0, but we don't have node with 1, right? This node is not there. So in this case we are not able to find the opposite bit. Okay, so we are going to insert 0 in our answer since we are not able to find the opposite bit. Okay, so now we will move further. So again my next digit is 0. We need to find out 1. and okay, I can see, okay, there is 1, right? So I found the opposite bit, so I will add 1 in our answer. So this will be our answer, right? 101. So 101 means 5, right? Now I can easily identify out of these 3 value, 5 is the maximum, and we can return. So using this approach we can solve it. So let's try to write the code for the same using Java. Okay, that will probably give us much better understanding. Okay, so our first step is building the try. Okay, so let's write code for the same. Okay, so we can take one class called try, and in that we are going to store 2 values, right? One is for 0, another one is for 1, right? So I initialize my child with array of 2, right? Because in all possible combination we are going to store at max 2 node, either 0 and 1. Okay, so this is our try definition. Okay, now what we will do, we will initialize our try in our class solution, right? So it should be try, let us name it as root probably, and it should be new try, right? That means we initialize the root node. Okay, means we initialize this node. Now we need to insert all these numbers, right? All the binary representation of this number, but keep in mind it should be 32 bits in actual scenario. Okay, so probably we can run one for loop and we can pick each and every number. So it num, and we will pick one by one number at a time, and we are going to insert it. Okay, so we can define one insert, so separate method name insert, and we are going to insert it there only, right? So let's define this insert methods. Okay, so I wrote the insert method. So how it will look like, so again you can see that we are passing the number what we are going to insert, and we are running the for loop, right? So as I already told you, each and every number will represented by a 32 bits number, 32 bits integer. Okay, so we will start with 31 since we are starting with the leftmost bits, and we will go till the 0th bit. Okay, now we need to find out this, right? So we need to identify the bit so that we can insert it, right? So we are doing this AND operation, right? So we are doing the bit shifting, and then we are doing the AND operation with 1. So in this line, using this bit shifting and we are identifying the particular bit for that position, right? So we are inserting 1, right? 0 0 1. So I need to pick this 0 bit, right? So I will do bit shifting. After bit shifting, it will be like 0 0 0. Then we are going to AND it with 1. So that will give me the exact number what we are going to insert. Okay, so using this we are picking 1 bit at a time. So basically using this we are getting the particular bit for that particular position, right? So at first we will find out the position for 31, right? So it will be 0 obviously. So we are shifting it to 31 times, then we are doing the AND with 0 0 1. So that will means the last bit will give our actual bit, right? So 0 1 is 0. If we do AND between 0 and 1, it will be obviously 0, right? So that is my actual bit. Now we are checking that if that bit is exist in our try. If it is null, then we are going to initialize the try. So that will again create 2 nodes, and we are also updating our pointer, right? So initially it was pointing to root node. Now we inserted it, right? So it will now point here, right? So now we will keep checking the other 2 bits, right? 0 and 1. So similarly, using this, we are using this insert method. We are going to build our try, right? So that is now done with this method. Okay. So our next step is query or searching the try to find out the maximum value. Okay. So to do that, probably we can take 2 variables. Probably one is max, where I am going to keep tracking my maximum value, right? So let's take one minimum integer value there. So it should be integer min value. Okay, so this will be an implementation for the query the try or search the try to find out the opposite bits and find out the XOR value. Okay, so what we are doing here, so again we are running one for loop, and we are setting the initially we are taking start with the root node, then we take one intermediate answer value that where we are going to store this value, right? 1 1 1, whatever bit I found. If I found the match bit, opposite match bit, then I am going to insert 1, else I am going to insert 0. So we are doing this in this current cnum variable. Again, now after that I will iterating through each and every bit of that particular number. So suppose we are checking it for 1, right? So for 1 it was 001, right? So we need to go through the each and every bit, right? Each and every 32 bits, okay? Then we are checking that if it is bit is 1, right? If my current bit is 1, right, then we need to find the opposite bit is there, right, or not. So we are checking that if my current or child 0 is not equal to null, that means my opposite bit is there. So we are just left shifting it and we are adding 1 there, okay, and we are moving forward our counter, else we are just keep moving, okay. So suppose it was 0 0 1, right? So my initial target bit was 1, right? So I can see that, okay, my opposite bit is there, so I will add 1 and we will move forward, okay. So we are doing that operation here in this line, right? And if I am not able to find any opposite bits, then that means we can move forward, and we already inserted 0, right? Because our initial current cnum was 0 only, right? 0 means all 0, so we don't need to do anything. And if it is opposite 1, if my current bit is 0, then we will try to find the 1. So we are doing that here, right? We are checking that if there is child exists with 1 value. If not, we are moving forward, we will moving further. If yes, then we are just adding 1 and we are left shifting it, okay. And we at the end of each loop or each number, we are taking the maximum value and we are storing the maximum value in our max variable, right? And once we are done, we can return the max value, okay. So it should be return max. I think that's pretty much. Let's quickly run the code and check whether it's compiling or not. Okay, I think that our code is compiling and it's giving us the expected answer. Okay, I think our solution is also okay. So let's try to analyze the time and space complexity quickly. So you can see in this case, our time complexity is obviously order of n, right? Because this 32-bit thing is constant, right, irrespective of inputs. So we are iterating through each number only once for inserting, and second time, that's the different for loop, not the nested. We are iterating for each and every number, and we are trying to find out the XOR value, right? So in this case, the time complexity will be obviously order of n. Okay, I think that's pretty much for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, and if you have still some doubt, you can ask me in the comment section. I will surely try to help you. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye bye.